Outside the Box should be viewed by mature audiences only. This show contains strong language, adult situations, drinking, ass-kicking fun, law-breaking nonsense, running with scissors, and just about everything your mother told you not to do. In other words, we are a bad influence and are irresponsible adults. Viewer discretion is advised. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, live from Studio 630 in the burbs of Chicago, it is time now for another episode of Outside the Box. Outside the Box.
Guys, Ben Ford here. This is my toaster. I am from the, I guess you could say, Philadelphia area of Pennsylvania. I do not have any club affiliations currently, but I have helped run Box Society, and I have also been the chapter president for the Eastern Pennsylvania group of Silent Culture, as well as the entire northeast coast pretty much of Silent Culture, but I have since stepped aside from that just because of basically the club scene just wasn't for me. I'd rather just kind of hang by myself and build my ride, and whatever happens from that. My make and model, it's an 04 Scion XB. I also have a 2006 Scion XB as well. Doesn't look anything like this one though. It's basically bone stock except for a roof rack that is the same roof rack that's on here. My favorite mod on this car, for right now, it's going to have to be this wing. I spent countless hours trying to figure out how exactly to go about designing this, and kind of just made it my thing. I haven't really seen anyone else do one to the extent that I have done it. And it was just a huge goal of mine. I really wanted to do chassis mount, but I just couldn't afford to actually go that route at the current moment. I eventually do plan on turning this one into a chassis mount wing, but that's years and years down the line. I have countless other plans that I need to focus on before I even make that a priority. I chose an XB because I've always just liked the body style. The fact that they're so easy to customize and modify just came as a huge benefit for me, pretty much. And it was never really a priority when I picked out my car. I just always liked the car. My dad used to call it the nerd car. Never bothered me, and it was just always something that appealed to me for some reason. My future plans, I have rear disc brake setup that's going to go on here. My audio setup is going to be fairly intense, especially in the trunk area, and my trunk setup is one of my biggest future goals. I have it in my head. I have a lot of it already actually done. It's just getting it to where it needs to be now at this point. That, and then my engine bay setup is, if everything goes to plan, it's going to be pretty fucking crazy. A lot of work though, a lot of work. People look at something like this and they think that it doesn't really take a lot of work, but anyone who's done a lot of work to their car can tell you that when you start changing serious stuff around, you're looking at a lot of time, and don't think that anything's going to be easy peasy, because that's when you wind up breaking a nut and you're screwed. My favorite show I attended probably was Bovagon, either this year or last year. It's just a great show. We come down from the Northeast. Dave comes down from Connecticut, meets up with Henry and Frankie in New York, and then me and Kenneth in Philly, and then we just kind of cruise down. That's what we did last year too, minus Frankie wasn't with us last year. Show I wish I could attend would probably have to be Toyota Fest out on the West Coast. I've been to the one here in the East Coast. They have it in Connecticut every year. I went 2 years ago. Didn't get the chance to make it last year. I hope to go again next year. It just was not in my time frame at all this year to be able to make it up there for it. What would I be driving if I didn't have this car? Would probably be my other XB, and it would probably look something like that. But that's arguably cheating with an answer, so it would probably be like an Audi A4. I remember when I bought this car, I was very close to going that route as opposed to getting this, but I just saw so much more potential for what I wanted to do with a car in an XB as opposed to an Audi. Plus it's a lot cheaper to work with. A new trend that I would like to see start, originality. I know it's very cliche, but it seems like a lot of the builds out there these days, it's on air, JDM body kit of some sort, VIP interior, and a nice paint job. Oh, and the $1,000 wheels. That's basically the template that everyone uses, and I think with my car, I kind of have worked on bridging some sort of a gap between a VIP style interior and almost like a rice exterior setup, which wasn't initially my plan, but that just kind of, it's how it worked out for me. I really like the way that it's come so far, and I just feel like a lot of times people don't want to take the chance to do something for fear of criticism, because it's the forums pretty much, and the second you post it, you're getting criticized for it regardless of whether it was well done or not. And I think a lot of times that deters too many people from actually doing what they want to do or what they think that they should do. And a lot of times people just, they don't want to take the risk of screwing something up, and they just don't do it. Whereas as long as you do the research on what you're doing, know what you're doing, have your end goal, and do a lot more research after that, and then more research just to make sure you're not going to screw anything up, and more research just to make sure what you're doing is actually doing it the right way. A lot of times people have great ideas and they just don't ever materialize because they can't motivate themselves to do it, because they seem like it's just too much work, and that's unfortunately not the case. A lot of times stuff is a lot easier, and people are afraid of screwing something up, even something simple with like door panels, and people are afraid to separate them and wrap them, and it's a weekend project to do all 4 doors. It's really not as much work as people make it out to be. It's just a matter of having the time, the knowledge, and the ability to do it without fucking it up. And don't be afraid to modify stuff, especially like body kits, stuff like that. I don't know if you can really see it, but I'll tilt this back real quick. The exhaust tip on that, that's not something that's supposed to be there. It's something I wanted to be there. It's just simple stuff like that I'd like to see more of, because there could be 30 or 40 rides out there that have this exact kit, but none of them have done that. It's just different when you look at it, and that's kind of how I've tried to do my entire ride. But alright, yeah, I hit on every question, so I'm going to stop rambling. Have fun doing your builds, guys, and do what I do. You have a goal, like the wing, just make it happen. Alright, bye.
Holy shit, Pee-wee, I haven't seen you in so
It's been a
fucking
minute.
long.
It's been a minute.
James, we haven't done this in I feel like we.
It's been over a month.
Here, why don't you scooch over so you can get behind our
Okay.
table? we kind of put together a tape. This is a good idea.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel really rusty about this, dude.
Oh, dude, it's been, like, we forgot how to set the computer up. Forgot to set the lighting up. We're like, how the hell do we even do this? I tried grabbing the red cart, which we haven't used in 15 episodes. I'm like, where are the mic stands? And I'm like, oh, that's right there. Yeah, it was.
Well, and before you even got here, I had to clean up the garage a little bit. I know the stuff.
I walked in. I'm like, I know he cleaned, but most people wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
Only we would
This
know
has
it.
been in like every freaking episode for the last couple months. I say that, but we haven't filmed in a month or two. So anyway, welcome back, everybody. We're glad that you came back to see us. We don't have much to say, so it was nice seeing you.
Just cut it off right there.
No, we had to get back in front of the camera here and get back to you guys, and we appreciate you guys waiting. We had a lot of shit going on our end.
Everybody had shit going on one way or the other, and we finally reeled it in, and here we are.
And now nothing panned out that we could film to put together with this. So.
It's in fruition, but me and Jesse have come together.
Yeah, we got a fourth person now.
We got a fourth guy, and we got another second gen guy. We leveled it out a little bit.
How did that happen?
Because he lives 20 minutes away from me, and I talked him into it.
So the guys up north all drive second gens, and us guys down south drive first
I
gens.
guess. But, like...
All by the cheddar curtain?
Yeah. Pretty much. So
we're making some changes.
Yes.
Pee-wee had a brilliant idea, and he filmed a little tech that he put on our Facebook page. So if you guys aren't on our Facebook page, you need to look that up. Outside the box on there, and we do a little bit of stuff on there to make it fun.
The funny thing was, I was exclusively gonna put it on the on our page, and my phone did an update, and I think Apple fucked up the update, and I go and post it, and I'm like, why is it in customization now? Because I don't know what happened. So it got posted on customization, but I don't think it's a bad thing because
yeah.
I think more people got to see it.
We got a bunch of people that said they wanted to get in. And dude, I don't know if you guys have watched it, but there's a lot of people that I'm seeing that don't even have cars that are wanting in. And I'm like, nope, sorry.
Yeah, I usually, like, as an admin, I look it up. Like, if you have mutual friends, groups, or I see a picture of an XB, I add you. But I've had, like, maybe 2 people where I'm like, ooh, who's that?
Yeah, I've had a few too.
If we didn't add you and you do have an XB and you just don't know anybody,
send us some messages
of it.
You know what?
Shoot us a message personally, and I'll add you just because, like, sometimes you get spam bots and stuff. And
you want a beer, James?
Sure.
Keep talking, baby.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I did that little video, and I tried to record it myself, and it was not easy. It was kind of hard, but I made it work.
So we're a little rusty. Like I said, we
Yeah,
forgot about...
we gotta...
I don't even have my
again.
koozie. What the fuck?
Oh, dude, go get the koozie. What are you doing?
See what happens? It fucking take forever, and we're like all discombobulated. So, like you said, we did that. We picked up a fourth person. We got Jesse. What's Jesse's last name?
Salazar.
So, how do I not know that? Jesse Salazar.
It's amazing that I know his name. Because
You know what I got, which screwed me up? And I'll touch on this briefly and we'll talk about it. The camera, or the calendar. I'm talking to Wick. He's like, all right, who are the people's pictures that I'm posting up? I'm like, Chris, I don't know his last name.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you look up his page, it says Chris and Tree, and I don't know.
What is his last name?
I don't know.
I don't know his last name either. I never asked.
But
It's just Chris.
So we picked that up, and what we're going to do is we are going to change things up, and that's one of the things we wanted to bring up here and kind of fill you guys in on some shit what we're going to plan on doing. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do any of that tech today because things didn't line up. We went to go to the junkyard.
And it was closed.
The junkyard's closed.
And then the other one that was open sucks. But tomorrow, I'm making a trip to LKQ Chicago.
Oh, so you want to take the gimbal with you?
Possibly.
You got somebody else to go with you?
I was going to bring you, but you said you had plans.
I ducked out on that one.
Yeah, you bailed on me. James, what about you? What are you doing tomorrow?
I'll see what goes on tomorrow.
I'm thinking
which one are
early
you
in the
going to,
morning. The Chicago one, the big one. I'll shoot you the address.
shoot me the
It's
address.
not super deep.
What time are you going?
I'm thinking like when it opens.
That would be there and out.
Yeah.
Or just-
Because
'cause
my
they do
goal
get-
is
they do
there's
get a lot of people.
there's a couple second. Yeah, that place picks up, and here's the goofy thing about that yard. It's real narrow. Like they maybe get like 6 or 8 cars on each side, but it's like a mile long. It's like really, really long, and they put all the XBs in the furthest back corner. So if you got to bring tools, you got to haul them because they don't have carts. So you got to come
Some
prepared.
places do have carts, like the little wheelbarrows.
Yeah.
But like the same thing. If you got to get there early to get it.
Yeah, so I'm going to be going there tomorrow. There's 2 second gens I'm going to try and pick parts from. And I'm going to see about getting him an exhaust. Because you want the whole thing.
Well, if you're gonna from now, I just need for the axle back bolts to the header.
Do you need the piece that bolts up to the header, right?
Yes. Well, that piece, that exhaust really only.
Hopefully I can find one that isn't as bad or worse condition than yours. I think they have like 2 or 3 first gens.
In there, there's only 2 places that it bolts. It bolts from the axle and it bolts to the header. The rest of it's welded at the.
So you need the part that bolts to the header, right?
Yeah.
I got that in storage.
All the way back to the axle back.
I cut it in half to get it out, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I need it all together because that's what my problem is.
You
right
can't
now,
sleeve it and weld it, or do you want it?
I could.
But you're out of gas.
I'm out of gas, and right now my check hasn't been that great, so I haven't been able to go get gas because. And
Well, filling that bottle ain't cheap.
Here-
What
no,
does
it is.
What
It
does
is.
it cost you to fill that bottle around here?
Here's the thing. I'm making a switch because if I go to air gas, it costs me about $100 to fill the tank that's about this big.
Yeah.
Okay. If I go to Rural King and buy a tank, which is like
Buy it outright.
$100, and it's like $30 to fill it each time.
Okay, so that's going to pay for itself in 3 refills.
Yes, which is not a big deal, but right now my checks are kind of eh.
I might be able to get you a deal on a bottle, but I got to go to Milwaukee to go get it, which I might be
No,
in Milwaukee
it does-
soon-ish.
The ones over here, they won't take it because
It's got to be a Rural King bottle, right?
you guys didn't hear this, but I tried to take my air gas tank and take it in there like it was mine, and they're like, no, it's got to be one of ours.
Oh, so it has to be a Rural King marked
So,
bottle.
but even so, if I have to pay it $100, it's what I'm going to pay to get it filled.
Yeah, you're like I said, three refills. You're going to pay for the bottle.
So it's not, and not only that, when I run out, I can get one on Sunday. So I got to make
That's
that
the problem
change.
with the air gas by me. Air gas closes way early, and they got goofy hours,
And they're not
it's
open on
far out
Saturday.
of my way.
Yep.
And then the problem is, Farm and Fleet's just as far as far too, but Farm and Fleet's got better hours.
And Farmer Fleet has the same company that you can get as at Big R. It's Thoroughbred Tanks is what it is.
Oh,
So
okay.
I could have fixed that if I could drop it down and weld it, but right now I don't have it. But
Yeah,
I would much rather have
Because I know
a piece.
when I pulled the motor out of Wabi, which I'm going to get to that in a second, those bolts did not want to come out.
Well, and that's what
We gave up, and I'm like, yeah, it's going, whatever. And I cut it, and you're like, no, I need the whole thing. I'm like, oh, well.
my concern is just that. Is
But
I
it
was
was way before your exhaust went south, so if I knew, I wouldn't have done that. But
my concern is that it's not going to come loose at the header or the exhaust manifold, which is fine if it doesn't.
you can break the bolts and put new bolts on it, but it's
Or I can
real
just-
hard to get to.
I can get the exhaust manifold off of Raylan box. It's up in the attic.
You could.
So I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
if
Maybe
you
I
wanna
just need to
try and
fucking weld it.
unbolt it. Go and start soaking them with PB blast, like.
Maybe I just need to fucking
After
weld it.
this.
That's what I need to do.
You know how much new bolts, new springs, and a donut is?
I don't even want to know. I know the donut's like
I did it 'cause I was
$35
having
bucks
some
or
leakage
something.
Issues. It's like $100.
Yeah.
And doing exhaust work sucks. So
For $100, I can go get a new fucking header. I think I just paid like $100. Oh, wow, it's been a while.
yeah, but it doesn't come with any hardware. It's just the header, right?
No, mine did. No, I think that you're right. It does. The springs don't come with the header. It comes on that other part. But
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna take a look. If it's screwed up or it ain't right, I'm not gonna pull it. But if I find one that's decent, I'll shoot pictures and let you make the call. Hopefully, I can get it out, because if I need it out, they'll lift it with a forklift. But usually they keep it up on jack stands.
I don't know. I gotta I just need to clear my head and figure out what's the best situation since you cut that.
Well, I'm gonna. Yeah, I like I said, I wouldn't have done that if I knew you needed it.
Because I do think I really want that exhaust that you got to Grady over there, which is beautiful. Still shiny.
Yeah, it's well, you guys got the first grabs on it. So.
Still shiny, and I'm gonna paint it black.
Don't paint it. Come on. Yeah,
It has to be black.
Yeah, but you got some chrome.
No.
Leave that chrome, dude. You can't even. They don't even make those anymore. I know.
Look who you're talking to.
I know who I'm talking to, but like. Okay, so. Yeah, I guess you can do what you want. It's a
I'm
free
gonna
country.
paint that black.
Do you know how many people you're gonna make mad?
Bring it.
I mean, I'm not gonna get way upset.
You're already upset.
I'm mildly upset.
What?
Because like if you paint it black, it could be anything else. When it's silver, or whatever.
Look, I already pissed off people when I took that nice fucking weapon art intake.
That's
I
right.
painted it green.
Because they don't make those. You can't get those anymore, right?
No, I think you can.
Yeah, you can get them.
But
Can you get them new?
yeah,
Okay.
when I got that one, the guy that I got it from had taken it in and out so many times it was so scratched it needed to be painted.
Well, that makes sense to me. I would do the same thing.
But I don't have chrome on any of mine,
All right,
so
that's fair.
what were we talking about before we got sidetracked on?
We were talking about
Going to the
the
junk.
exhaust, and we were talking about new stuff we're gonna do.
So we're going to change the format and downplay the interviews. We're still going to do some interviews, but let's talk about that for a minute. Our interviews are going to change. We've got our Feature Fridays, which, did you do that?
We did not, because right as I was about to do that, we left, and my phone was dead.
On our page, we have what we call Feature Fridays. Now, I'll stop that and also say if you go on, what is it, the Second Gen and Ruckus page, they also do this. And what we're going to do is, they do something Saturday. I don't remember what they call it.
Yeah, they got a different thing.
They do it on
similar
Saturday.
premise.
But what we do is, usually the day before, we ask you guys to post your pictures of what you've got. Put them up there, and then we do a vote. From there till the next day at noon, which we're way fucked up this last couple weeks.
Yeah, like we didn't hit it at noon.
But the premise is we'll do it about noon on Thursday on our page. I don't know how they do it on the other one. But we do it on noon on Tuesday or Thursday on our page. And then you have from then to put your picture and vote. And the one that gets the most votes wins the Feature Friday. What is the Feature Friday? We ask that person to send us several pictures and then a quick write-up on what they do. And that's how we've been doing it for about a month or two now.
Yeah.
So what we've done now is we're going to change it. Not only does that person get that, but then we have what we call a selfie interview. And what we did is we came up with a bunch of questions, and we will have the person that won sit down with the camera and selfie view and do a quick interview answering their questions for us, and then we put it up here.
And I like that format. And I think didn't Jeff kind of inspire that? Jeff and his boys.
I don't know.
Inspire you to do that?
No, you know what? I
What
kind
did you see? Because you had to have seen something that's.
I came up with the Feature Friday, and then I can't remember the guy's name on the Second Gen page. I apologize. I'll try to put it here. He came to me and said, "Hey, I want to do the same thing." Because I was giving him shit. He's like, "I'm gonna do this," and he's doing this thing. I went, "Wait a minute, I saw that somewhere."
Jenkins. Jordan.
Maybe it was Jordan.
I'm pretty sure it was Jordan.
So he's like,
Page.
posted up there, and I'm like, "Hey, I've seen this before." And he's like, "Yeah, I got the idea from you." And then he's like, "Well, hey, I'll have it attached to you guys if you guys will put pictures on your page." And I said, "Okay." And then
Yeah, that works out nicely because I think that's like the most active second gen.
so a lot of this is not necessarily my idea or whatever. I do appreciate the ideas.
It's
that are
just the
floating around.
concept that we're using.
I don't know what
It's
the hell
not
I'm
like we
doing.
invented anything.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just trying to do it.
So we're gonna do more techie stuff. People seem to like the techie stuff.
They like the techie stuff, which maybe we'll do a little bit here when we shut this off and try to put something up there.
We'll try and do something.
But
I like this new table setup. I'm digging the table.
the table is going to be kind of like this, but we need wood.
Yeah, we shouldn't use a hood off of a
'Cause this
first
hood-
gen XB.
Let's tell them about this hood, Pee-wee.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make a thing.
We're gonna make an
What do they call it?
FFF hood.
Yeah, but
Or Bowser? The Bowser?
is that what they call it?
Oh.
There's like two versions of it.
I
Right?
call it that hood that everybody wants.
It looks like Alan's and Dan's, but I think this one, I'm thinking we do it a little different.
It's always gonna be different.
I don't think we could ever make them the same, right? That's not how we.
Can't be the
that's
same.
not how you operate here.
No.
It'll be cool, but like, the plan is, we're gonna do this to this hood. We're gonna put it in primer, and then it's gonna go up for sale.
It's going up for sale. You guys want that, and I'll post the pictures up. That hood that everybody wants, that nobody can get.
Why ship it when you can make it?
This is it. Now, that's the biggest issue when it comes to this, because otherwise we would have done some more, and maybe we need to buy more of them, Pee-wee, and just fucking make them.
More hoods?
Yeah.
I can get my hands on hoods, dude.
Because if you guys want them,
I'm slowly
fucking make 'em.
becoming a plug for parts.
So, we're going to make the hood. We're going to do a tech article showing you how to do the hood. And then we're going to put it up for sale
Yeah,
so that I can pay for that exhaust over there.
because I have leftover parts for Wabi, which here's the Wabi update. And it's been a minute.
Wait a minute.
What?
You can't get rid of those doors, right?
Yeah, I have four.
What if we shave them? Anybody want to shave doors?
They just bolt right on?
Shave doors.
They're clean, rust-free doors. And
Clean
they're
rust-free
straight.
short.
They got this crappy chalkboard paint, but you can. That's
So he's got a bunch of stuff that he's been selling. This hood's going to get done. He's got a gate we want to shave.
We have, okay, so I'll start from the top. It'll make more sense. So everyone knows I bought a first gen XB from a local guy who kind of gave up on it. His wife wanted it gone. It needed to go somewhere. That person happened to be me. So I went out, I bought stuff for it, put it back together, figured out I had wiring issues. I couldn't figure it out, and I went through this for hours and hours and hours. And it hit a point where I got nailed by the village for an inoperable vehicle. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm done. The village doesn't like it. So, long story short, I haul it up to a good friend's house up north, and I gutted everything. I took the air ride out. I took all of the interior out. I took all the doors, the hood. I've sold the seats. The seats sold. The air ride sold. I sold some other odds and ends. But I have the doors, the rear hatch, the hood. I have headlights. I sold some other stuff off it. I actually have somebody who wants to buy the quarter panels and rockers on them because they're clean, which I'm happy about because I feel like at that point everything on that car has been reused or it's going to get repurposed. So that car did not go to waste. But here's what really accelerated that. And here's another thing that happened too. I pulled the motor out, motor and trans all at once, and I sold it to our buddy Chris.
Who we can't remember his last name.
And it doesn't matter. We don't need it. He don't need it. He probably doesn't even want us to say his last name, but that's okay. So he gets it home. He's like, all right, I'm going to swap it. I told him everything I knew about it. I told him it has a thing where I thought it was electrical. So he gets the motor in, and he's like, it keeps stalling. I'm like, oh, fuck. He's having the same problems I did. I'm like,
Which doesn't
Alright.
make any sense. How is a motor?
I'm going to get to that, though.
Did you figure it out?
We figured it out. Well, he figured it out. So he goes, it's doing this. I'm like, okay, I'm here. I'm like, but what do you want to do? I'm like, bring it back and I'll give you your money back. If you want to keep it, I'll kick a portion of the money back to you so you can get it fixed or whatever. He's like, let me have somebody look at it. Because he knows how to do stuff, but like,
He's like me. He doesn't know how to make shit run.
he doesn't, yeah. So, but he did it everything right. And when you would start it, it would run. And there was the same thing that after we got it, we put the battery on it, ran, but it kept stalling. But I thought it was electrical. It wasn't electrical. So we figured out cylinder 4 was dead. Cylinder 4 wasn't doing anything. And then, so he had somebody look at it. I guess the heads are fucked. Cylinder 4 is, I guess the sleeve was not right and it needed a full rebuild. So the cost of it, yeah. So he's like, this motor is essentially junk. He's like, the head, with the way the heads are, it's going to be like an insane amount of money to fix it. I'm like, you can't take the heads off yours? He's like, the mechanic told me no. Said, okay, I'm sorry, man, but bring it back. I'll refund your money. So he brought it back to me, refunded it. I'm trying to find an engine rebuilder to buy the core, because the core's still good, but the top end is...
Yeah.
It's either that or it's going into a scrap bin. So I went through that.
You should
and
make a table out of it.
I could.
Won't junkyards buy it?
No. Not that I found. I tried.
Just drop it off there.
It's...
There you go.
Oh, it's scrap steel.
Yeah.
So
Wabi's no more.
So Wabi's no more, but I had fun with it. I learned how to take apart and put back together a first gen, and it was fun. I'm kind of bummed I never got to really drive it, but I get to say I owned one, which I always wanted.
Did you
one.
really drive it? I don't even think you drove it around the block.
I drove it around. We drove it around the one night, and then I got it off the trailer and zipped it around like the next street over, and it did the same thing. So it never got past like 30 miles an hour. But I bought another daily too. I bought an 08 XB, which you drove today.
I did.
How do you like it?
Felt like a little kid.
You look like a little kid there.
Felt like a...
They're bigger.
And that's coming from when I sit in railing box where I'm sitting in that thing, you know.
Okay, I have the opposite problem. When I get in a first gen, I feel like the Jolly Green Giant. I feel like a second gen is more proportional.
Even railing box, though?
No, Raylan Box does not feel like anything. Raylan Box is like its own creature. Like, I like the first gens. They're comfortable. I fit in them fine. But I feel like everything's like I don't know. It feels small.
So we're getting way off the rails with this thing. Kind of.
We were talking about updates and stuff. What's going on with you? Enough about me.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta fix an exhaust. Oh, my gas door fell off.
I've never heard of a gas door falling off.
So if you look at the XB, let me grab it.
We'll grab it.
Oh shit! I moved it.
Oh, I got something else I got to talk about before.
So the XB is only held on. The hinge on this thing is basically these two spots right here, and it just kind of. Well, apparently one of them had broken, and the other one was just kind of there. And I'm getting gas at the gas station, and I usually put the thing in, put the pump in, go put my card away, and I hear thunk thunk. I'm like,
it just fell
I'm
off.
like, what the hell? So I look out, my gas door's laying on the floor. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go and
I've never heard of a gas door falling off like that.
I get in the car, and I think I take a picture of it, like it's like this one. I take a picture of it, and I send it to Travis Rake, and I go, I guess it's time, because I had told him, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get one of those gas doors. If I down on it, oh wait a minute, I can't say that. That was a racial slur right there.
Yeah, hushed him.
I kind of got him to come down in the price by saying I got two of them, and I'll give them to you.
Do you want a third one?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, maybe we'll make another one.
Take the one off Wabi.
So then I got home and I'm like,
No, I don't know if I can. Go
yeah, you can. Oh, it's on the quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. Ask him if he needs it.
I'll talk to him.
Anyway, I'm like, I got home and I'm looking at the thing and I'm like, dude, I can make this. So I came up with this idea and I cut it because the other one's kind of got a frame in there and I'm like, it doesn't need it. So I'm going to put the plexiglass in. I'm going to paint it up so it matches my car and make my own glass one. But then,
if you make it glossy and you do the black, isn't it gonna blend in with the car and just look like a normal gas door?
kind of like what I'm trying to do with the taillights. This will be tinted like the taillights.
Okay.
So, and I'm like, oh, I got another one. So, just like this hood, we're going to make another one, and we're going to sell it.
That sounds fun.
And if we got another one, then we'll make another one and we'll sell it. So we'll just make some cool shit.
There's all kinds of stuff we can do, and we have spares of stuff to make other things.
And they're one-offs. You know, I know Travis gets a pretty penny for his, and they're pretty cool. But this one's going to be completely different, so...
I like the frame, because, like, I like the idea of the clear door, but, like, the frame, it's like, it's not that it doesn't look good, it's just that, like, to me, it almost doesn't make sense.
Well, that's because we come from...
For me, but, like, we're not...
We come from mini truck world where we shave the gas door and we don't...
Yeah, we don't even like doors, so, you know...
So it's a little bit different for me, but that's kind of why I want to do
like
stuff
the
different.
frame. I like that it's gonna have the frame, like how it's just the opening and then it still has the metal outside. Like that makes sense to me. So.
And I've got the JDM taillights. I don't know. I know they're JDM, but I don't know which ones they are. I got them from Allen, and
somebody knows.
they've got these tubes that go through it, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the tubes to go through this so it matches the taillight.
Yours aren't super common either.
No, they're not.
You don't see a lot of
Although
them.
I see a lot of them online.
Yeah, all 25 people have them too.
But anyway, Allen's got some kick-ass shit for sale. He's got that.
Alan's been selling he's had a bunch of BBs outside.
I know. I about hit him up. He had the BB freaking glove box
You
thing.
need that glass.
I didn't even go there right now, but he had those, and he was like $50. I was like, that's not bad.
No.
But I'm
I
like,
feel like
I didn't know if it would go with this.
I feel like the BB part prices are going to start coming down a little bit because they're becoming more abundant. There's more and more of them coming into the country. It's not like they're disappearing.
Yeah, well, and I think he's got a lot of. He had another set of tails that were pretty good. Somebody else was looking for the other version of the tails that I got, where it's all LED all the way to the bottom.
I've seen those.
But so yeah, that's me. I haven't really done anything with Raylan Box, which we got to get back to that. Dude, we got to talk about the calendar thing because calendar shit's.
Hold on, James. What about you? What do you got going
Yeah, let's
on?
do that.
Nothing much yet.
Fucking guy rolls up in a fucking Beamer today.
I got
Oh,
a.
no, wait, my bad.
Oh, yeah. He rolled up in the Benz, and I'm like, sir, you are out of our tax bracket. Like, he goes up, hey, do you want us to valet that for you or what? Like, no, it's pretty gangster. I like it.
No, I'm just saving up, waiting to get the XP done. So hopefully next year the air ride will go on it, but we'll see.
You've got all this shit. We just
Or
got to
I
do
end
it.
up finding another XP with less miles.
That wouldn't be a bad idea either.
No, and then I'll just pawn the other one off to her.
Well, there has been a lot of
you've had
club
yours
outs.
for a long
And there's-
time.
Yeah, and I do, the mile's been good, the motor's been good, knock on wood. It's been a good car. It's,
Yeah.
put through hell, but it's still strong.
It's hard to give up on something like
It
that.
is.
Because I know I was thinking the same thing with Raylan Box when I blew the motor. I'm like, I could just get another one.
Yeah.
But, dude, it's something about it.
It is, I agree, it's like, I get another one, but it's like, there's a test.
It's not.
Some people,
Even if you do another one exactly the same, it ain't it.
No, that's why I got Das Creature as a completely different animal.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to not get in it and be like, and I'm like, wait a minute, this one's stock.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's weird driving my '08. It's weird driving it at stock suspension. Because I don't cringe when I hit, like, certain spots. Like on my commute, I know where all the fucked up pieces of roadway are and how to swerve.
well,
And,
it's
like, what speed to hit them at. Because I have one where it, like, humps like this. In my XB, it's like, clap, and my sub box claps. But, like, now it's, like, in that the new one, it just kind of, like, nothing happened.
and he rolls up here. He bought another. It's an '08, this one, so it's
Yeah.
the newer or the older version. And he's white.
Yeah, I got the same color, too.
And I'm like, what is that? Thing 1 or thing 2?
Oh, that's the new one.
But it's funny because the first your bitch please
Yeah.
is so fucking clean that there's like not a speck of dirt interior nothing, and then this one's a completely
This
opposite.
one's like the exact opposite. Okay, so what I've learned is like I know like the 08s, like I'm familiar with them, like they're not that foreign, but It's my first long actual window time with one driving. This one's a 5-speed, and I like it. I like the the stick shift. But
is the seat?
But I think that's the seats. It's very the seats are different. The middle console, which I did in the video, I swapped the console out. Major upgrade. It's so much better because it comes with this little armrest for. And if you know a second gen, you don't care. You know what I'm talking about. But it sucks. It's like too high up. It's not comfortable, and then it's got this little cubby hole in the bottom. And but the thing is, it's very similar, but it's just the piece that's different.
But when we got in,
and it was easy as fuck to do.
We drove bitch please to fucking Texas, and I did some fucking windshield time, and I didn't feel like I was in a little kid in that.
I don't know what it is because they do feel a little different. Like the dashboard is the same.
Yeah, but it seems like I'm down further or something. I don't know.
Maybe the seats are different because the seats in the later models, you can pump the seat up or down.
Ah.
That one, I think those seats sit lower.
Yeah, I would do it.
And you know what's amazing is the guy who had it before me was like a bigger dude than me, and the seat isn't totally shot, which is weird. Because I was expecting that seat to be just completely cooked, and it's not. But the other thing is it's a way high mileage car, and I bought it for cheap. So I bought it real cheap.
This was James' section.
Fuck. For real. All right, enough about my new shit box. Let's talk about your shit box instead.
No, I haven't done anything, to it at all.
Time, dude. Time is a fucking thing.
Yeah, dealing with work and, you come home, you go to sleep, you wake up, you're back at work. You get off work, you think you want to do something, and all of a sudden you're either stuck at work longer, or it's...
That keeps happening to me. I keep getting stuck late at work.
Yeah.
Maybe we just need to start a Patreon page so that people can pay us, and then we'll just do this all day.
Well, I've been working on Edgar's sub box, so I made him that box. Wait a minute.
It's back to Kevin's
God damn
show
it.
again.
All right. Don't tell me. Go ahead. Do you have anything new going on at all, or no?
Me? No, not really. Just the same old thing right now. Just work, and that's it. Too much work.
So, let's talk about the calendar thing.
Okay.
And we're just going to bring this up, and we're just going to... I don't know what happened with the first thing. I am going to say something about Steve. I know Steve has been going through some shit.
Yeah.
I know he probably wasn't in the right frame of mind. And I know that I've said some things to him that probably hit him wrong, and he had it from some other people too. And I apologize for that, Steve, if you're watching. Hopefully you can come back, man. We don't want to lose you. And, we understand that definitely was a high-stress situation. But, I don't want to get into what happened or anything. But, I hate to see Steve disappear over just that.
So, I mean, it worked itself out. I mean,
it did, and I think it is going to work out great. I know Donnie's going to do some work on it. And it's Donnie, right? Wick and Donnie.
Yeah.
So it's turning out pretty much like it has been. And, I got to thank a lot of people that helped me get up there. And, I'm proud of you guys. We did some photo shoots and did some stuff, and you guys both did pretty damn good.
Yeah, I did. I think I did a little bit better this year. Well, I don't remember what I did last year.
It's tough this year, and I know this is going to come out after we've got the results because I think it ends tomorrow.
The picture you did is because he took the picture and it's the shit, but it's it's kind of like that dark background, so it's and maybe it doesn't pop like some of the other ones, but that doesn't it's still a good picture. It got highly voted on.
Here the thing with
it wasn't that top 10 bracket.
The thing is with this is it's not just about the picture. Okay, yeah, you got, and I always thought a good picture will do it and a name. Well, here's the situation. I had two. I did one for Railing Box. I did one for Das Creature. I think Das Creature's picture is probably the best picture I could have done. Yeah. I think it's right up there with the best pictures on the thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't show the car very well, but that didn't get the votes as Railing Box did. And so,
well, it's not. Well, that's because Das Creature is a Railing Box.
Yes, and I do, but I'm looking at the picture of Railing Box, and it's filmed right here, and it's not. It's a great picture, but it's a shitty location.
Yeah.
But part of it is
and last year you did a garage picture too.
Yes.
Next year we'll do
Which I really should have done the one that you helped me with when we had it sitting here and you were like smoking. And I said blow smoke into the thing.
Yeah.
And it had like coming over the car.
Yeah, like we couldn't get that to work. So.
But I'm gonna send them to them. But the thing with the calendar is this: it is a little bit more. And I caught some guys on the No Rules page that were bitching. And I got into it because it kind of pissed me off a little bit because we got these guys on there and I see their side. It's always the same fucking people on the calendar. Well, guess what, guys? It's not the same people. There are some, but the majority of them are different guys this time around.
Yeah.
But what really got me was these guys are really bitching about this. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Did you do anything? Did you take a picture? Did you even try? Because that's the way this thing's been working. And I know that Wick wanted it to be this way. We look forward to it. I know I do. We all here.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it.
We spent the time and went out and did the photo shoot.
It's fun and I like it, but the week of like bumping your shit and other people's shit and like whatever.
It does get monotonous.
It's tiresome.
It's
a little tiresome and sometimes I'm like.
But this is the thing. You got to put in the time, okay? I understand you see people posting up pictures of their car in a driveway or whatever.
Like driveway pictures, unless it's something super, super aesthetic like how you've done them in the garage, it's like, it's just not a great picture.
And some of them do.
There's XBs that are like milder builds that have an awesome picture, and I'm like, yes, I would like to see that. Because it's like you have to vote for what you'd want to hang on your wall for a month and stare at. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can throw a driveway pic of something you did on a forum. It's like, yeah, cool. But, like, I don't want to buy a publication like that.
But what I want these people to understand is it's the way I interpret it. And I can't speak for Wick. I'm assuming this is how he is, but I'm not going to put words into his mouth, so I'll say this is me. It's something to look forward to. Okay, you work on your car all year to get to that point, and then it's time that we got to take pictures. And I know we've said on here, guys, go take your pictures. I've said it on the page too, go get some pictures. Hey, if you can't take a good picture, find somebody that can.
There's people who can take great pictures all over.
We live in Chicago.
I hired Alex to do mine. Was that last year?
Yeah.
Or
that one was
someone
like,
take the picture and then send it to somebody to.
Yeah. Or like what we did, I hit up the Chicago guys and said, hey, let's go do a photo shoot. Jim came out. Chris came out. We
went before I was going to Texas too.
Yeah. I think you were going the next day.
Yeah.
And we showed up at the promenade, and those pictures turned out.
Yeah. Chris's picture was cool because like I liked how it was. It almost looked like a cartoon drawing.
Yes.
It looked like an animation, and the new headlight setup he has is pretty fucking.
The way I went with that picture is I wanted it to look like it was a Midnight Club cover.
Yes.
That's exactly what that looked like. That's on point what it reminded me of, and I was about it.
And James, your picture
looked good too.
His color pops so well under those lights.
That salsa red pops under the right lighting.
And then
when you drive it, it's like it's red, but like when you get that light, that light, like that gas station lighting and like whatever lighting,
And then Das Creature, unfortunately, in the dark, kind of disappears. But I had that picture that I took.
Very ominous looking.
The picture I took me 3 days to fucking get, because I sat there and took it one night, and I'm like, I need to get.
You need
the moon in the right spot.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get it that night for whatever reason, so I tried it the next night, and then the next night after that, it was even bigger, and I'm like, all right, I'm redoing this. And I took 3 pictures and put it together.
I figured out where white pops the hardest for pictures. Fall backgrounds.
Yes, I want to do some fall shots.
There's somebody posted one on the calendar that was a fall background, and it's like the orange and then the white just Because I've got great pictures in the fall, but like now it's like, okay, my car is like done. Like I'm done driving it for the rest of the season, so I'm ready to take it apart.
So let me say something about taking the pictures for the calendar. Okay, I am not a photographer. I do have an artistic background. Okay, Pee-wee bought a fucking tripod at Goodwill
for like $5.
I bought a reconditioned gimbal for $100. We put those together, and then I got, of course, my phone, which is what did it. This was all my pictures that we did were taken off of a camera or a phone.
Yeah, but that phone has a gangster-ass camera.
It's also
on
the
it,
phone
but
that's
still.
recording this. But all I did was look on YouTube. Is it? So I want you guys to understand it's not just about, I can't do it. I've heard so much. I wish I had your skills.
It's
Dude,
not even about like a better lens and knowing how to work like a good camera makes a great picture, but like backdrops and angles can be done.
And I guess
you
some of
can
that-
do it with a fucking Polaroid if you want.
Some of that does take an artistic mind, but I want you guys to understand you can look up all that shit. You know, all of this stuff that's going on right here, we did not go to school
You
for
can't
this.
replicate the same exact picture twice. So like if you go online, you're like, I like that picture of that car, or you like the way the angle or the backdrop is, you can play with it and try and replicate it. Because XBs are kind of not photogenic.
No,
certain
but
angles.
what I want to get a point across to everybody is I want everybody to kind of jump into things and push a little more. You know, that's why we're going to do the tech articles. You know, maybe we'll do something about doing photography and whatnot because
I'm not talented. I don't think I'm talented enough to.
I want people to
take
know.
pictures.
Like, I'll just get a whim and be like, where did I learn? I looked up videos at lunch on photography. And was like, okay, this is what shutter speed does. This is what the aperture does. This is what this does, and then I can adjust it, and that's how I got those shots. And we're definitely going to do some more. I want to. We got to work on the video. I know we tried to do the video with Jim and his car when he was driving, and we had the gimbal on the
Rollers
skateboard.
are so hard to get right.
Yeah, but we got to practice them, and that's it. All of it is practice.
Pro tip. You have to slow the shutter speed down on rollers because, like, he's done rollers on my car where I was going 60 and it looks like I'm parked.
Actually, you want to. Well, I don't know. We'll have to play with it. I would think.
Like the wheels just look stopped. Like you have to slow it so you get the blur.
You want to. I don't know. Yeah, but
We'll
anyway,
talk about that.
we'll play with it. We got to learn that yet, but yeah, we want to kind of influence people to do that. And look forward to the camera or the calendar. And we got to thank everybody for all the shit that happened on the calendar. We got to thank Wick. We got to thank Donnie. Is it Donnie Rock that's going to help on it?
I think so.
Donnie Rock, I think. So we got to thank you guys.
He's got like more people helping him because I think he used to do it all by himself, and I think it became a lot.
Well, it's like this. You've got to realize it's got to be a team. You know.
Oh yeah, well now we've recruited a fourth.
We got a fourth, and we might need a fifth.
We might need a fifth. We just have to find a fifth.
We might need somebody. What I want, and I'll put this out there, is we want somebody to kind of run the page.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
And then we don't have to worry about not making the feature Friday on time because we have somebody for that.
Did you see the one I put up with the U-Haul sign?
Dude, I looked at that for a long time before I realized what the fuck it was.
But yeah, we're going to get that picked
If you
up.
guys are interested, let's do it.
Okay. Oh my God, have we just been rambling on?
We didn't do an interview or nothing. Sorry, guys. This is just us talking.
We're just catching up. We're trying to remember how to do this, and then we're going to
So
play with some other
here's what
shit.
you got to look forward to, and we're going to do this as ongoing. We're going to start like, okay, this week we're going to do this, and then we're going to do. It's going to be like you're watching fucking American Chopper. You got to watch for a month. You get to see the final.
Yeah, because we're not going to show you how to make this hood in 10 minutes.
No. And if you guys got ideas, let us know.
Yeah. What else do we have? Do you have anything else to talk about?
Nope. Went to the doctor. I don't want to talk about that.
We're not gonna. I don't want to talk about that. We talked about that. Hey, so I got something I can talk about. I met Rake. Me and Rake finally met, and
Yeah, that's right.
It was a long day. He was 5 hours from my house, and they jump an hour forward.
Oh.
And like that was not gonna be a turn and burn thing. I left at I got to his house at like 11 or noon or something. Because he had just gotten off of work when I was leaving. He's like, I sleep whenever. He's got a real goofy schedule. But we hung out, and it was he was exactly how I imagined he would be. Which is cool, because it was fun. I got to see the Remayan kit in person, the whole front. It looks good. It looks really good, but he was a lot of fun. I ended up buying some stuff
some stuff?
Yeah, me and him, we worked out a deal and had a little, I'm going to move and would like to unload some of this stuff sale.
Were you doing hand jobs?
No. I mean, maybe, but like, okay, so I got.
Why do you think we got the desk over here?
I bought his body kit. I bought his old pieces, front and rear pieces of his body kit. He didn't sell me the skirts. The skirts were a lot, so I passed on those. I have a set of Remind
you just have
visors.
to swallow, and then you could get them
Oh
cheap.
my God, no! I'd probably have to take my pants off to get the skirts. So anyhow,
let's not go there.
okay. So,
To put a skirt on?
so anyway, so he took.
He does
a ride.
not have
he
the
took-
legs for.
So he took a ride in Bitch Please because I had to go to the bank and pull money out. It's like he held a gun to my head and drove me to the and drove myself to
Pee-wee,
the bank.
you don't have to hold the gun to your head.
Okay, so
Pee-wee, buy these hot
we took
wings.
the ride, we hung out, and then I didn't get home until 10 o'clock, and then I had to go to work the next day at like 2 in the morning. So that was fun.
Yeah, but how old are you?
26.
Must be nice.
I was staying
Yeah,
staying out till
you would
5 in the morning.
You would be, if you did that, you'd be still asleep.
Yep.
Dude, I used to close down the clubs at 26 and get up the next morning and go to work. And when I say close
Are
down,
you hitting me with a back in my day?
yeah.
slasher right
And when I
now?
say close down the clubs, it was in the city, so it was at least an hour drive.
But no, it was fun. We took pictures. I got to meet his wife and his kids. His kids are
How come
funny.
you get to meet everybody? I always end up stuck here.
I don't know.
I still
me
gotta-
and him, like, put this plan together,
I still got to go see Trevor Pest
We
over
wa-
a grill.
and he's not even that far.
I know.
Hit him up. Next time we're here, we'll go over there and go get it.
I need to do it like a next weekend or something.
Isn't he moving?
I don't know. I
No,
know
he's
sold,
rebuilding a house.
he sold the Mustang. I know that.
He's putting a house together.
He sold the XD too.
Did he?
He's trying to sell it. That'd be a good buy.
If you wanted an XT.
Or if you needed a commuting
I put those
car.
under an XB2. Sorry, guys.
I'll tell you what, if you put an XA and an XD together, they're very similar.
I know.
Like, you could tell that it's supposed to be like,
An XD is way the fuck down there. I don't even like that thing.
they
Sorry,
they
guys.
have a strange look. Well, Jim Daly's one, he got rid of it though. Jim got rid of his, and then he bought a, what did he buy? A Focus. That's a fun car.
He bought a Ford?
He bought a Ford.
What the heck?
Sorry, Jim. It's a Ford. Though.
What are you talking about? You're driving a Mercedes. Fuck a
Yeah,
Ford.
but like, I get his purchase made sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, Toyota isn't offering anything that Focus is going to do. Now, if you're going to get the non-turbo plain Jane Focus, you're a moron.
I thought we were wrapping this up.
Yeah, I know.
But his,
Okay,
car, his car does look pretty good.
I'm
but
sorry.
anyhow, but yeah, so that was fun.
I did see his post
It
about
was
the
very,
wagon.
very inspiring. Like, I felt like a wave of motivation. 'Cause it
Jim's
was like,
very motivational. Maybe we need to bring him on as well.
Bring him over here. But no, hanging out with Rick was a lot of fun. I'm kind of bummed that he's moving now. But I might be going to Arizona next year, maybe. I don't know yet. I'm trying to work that out.
To move.
No, I'm not going to move there. I'm going to stay in Illinois and torture myself.
Well, you know what? I'm sitting there talking to Lori about, I say Lori, my girlfriend Lori,
Yeah.
about the freaking rando, and she's like, well, we need to meet them. I'm like, well, duh. She's like, well, let's go.
Well, I'm out there. We should fly. Oh, if we all three, if we go over to Dode's, it's going to be,
I gotta plan
it's
some
going to
shit
be
out.
bad.
I'm
That's
gonna-
going to be real interesting.
No, I'm gonna railroad everything because I was talking about going to. I'm definitely going to Mini Truck Nats this year.
No, you have to.
I'm going to. I already talked to.
Oh, so get this real quick. This goes with it. If you're going to Mini Nats, it's pre-sale. It's you have to buy your tickets online. There is no more at the door tickets.
Even if you're walking in.
No, I'm saying to put your car in.
Yeah.
It's pre-registration only. You have to go to their website, which we may or may not provide a link. Go find it. It opens January 1st at midnight. And I'm going to tell you right now, the website is going to fucking crash. And here's the other catch. There's only 750 spots.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was like 1,000 last year.
Well, let's do this. Let's make sure that we can do this. Let's get everybody down on the on this shit and get this situation.
We'll put a memo on.
You guys had a kick-ass turnout, and I
it
definitely want to go anyway, just because it's a kick-ass show. But what really puts it over the top is you got to slap hands with a lot of people, and
there was a ton of Sunset people, and there was a ton of XB people, and then I just ran into a bunch of other people that I know from around here.
And not only that, LST's coming up too, and I think when they opened up their pre-reg, you got to fucking be on it or it's gone.
Yeah, because even last year I barely made. Okay, like when me and you went, they stopped at 2,000. I was number 1,700. 1,776. That was my number. But like, we're not doing LST.
I kind of want to.
I kind of don't. If I go, I'm not bringing a car.
Well,
I'll fly down there or take the ride, but I'm not driving a show
Maybe we
vehicle.
shouldn't do that one. Maybe we should just worry about hitting out something else. Maybe we need to go down south.
Yeah, I would be more like I wanted to do.
How come when this
Slam
camera?
Fest.
How come when this camera comes on, I can't remember anybody's fucking names?
There's a lot of.
I couldn't even remember Mike Jones. Mark Jones tipping on both foes. Mike Jones.
What did Mike Jones do?
Mike Jones invited me personally to come down to his house and hang out with him.
Oh, okay. I'm sure I could go with him.
We need to do that.
Yeah, he's fun.
Mike, hit us up with some shows down your way, and we'll try to make it that way.
He's gonna do an XB2 2.5 console swap too.
Yeah, because he's got the one for his girlfriend, or he's married.
I think
he's married.
Significant other.
Significant
is the
other.
universal term. He's like, oh, I gotta find one. I'm like, I might be finding one this weekend. I'll let you know.
So we want to get people together because it's definitely been fun. The people we've met, we've had people come here. If you guys are coming to Chicago, hit us up. You know, we like to have people out.
I'm in the northern part of this, the very northern part of the state, closer to Wisconsin, and he's like more downstate. But like, if we time it and coordinate it, I can come out.
And even, you know, if you're here on the weekend, it'd be even great to have you on. We'll put you in a chair and we'll ask you 10 questions. And
yeah, we did that with Frankie.
Yeah.
When's he coming back? We'll have to hit it up.
I don't know. Frankie isn't coming back, I don't think.
He went to Florida.
He did go to Florida. Volvagon looked like we missed the fucking
Volvagon looked awesome this year.
fucking
I was at a wedding and I was thinking about Volvagon. Like it was fun and it was good to be there and they're close friends and whatever, but they're both basically family at some point. But it's like I'm like low key in the back of my mind. I'm like, I wonder what's happening at Volvagon right now. I thought about it. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
I like those pins he's selling now.
We're at 55.
55?
Okay, let's wrap this shit up, yeah? Oh,
How the fuck
Ray,
can you talk for an hour?
made this years ago and wanted me to give this to you. I don't know if I'll show the camera. It's pretty dope.
Dude, that's pretty badass.
The camera's probably like, people are like, what the fuck is he holding?
I'll take some pictures of it and post it up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He wanted me to give that to you. It's been a while.
Thanks, brother, man. I know, he hit me up. He's like, did you get the thing from Pee-wee? I'm like, dude, I ain't seen Pee-wee.
I think he forgets that it's like, we're like way far away.
Dude, I haven't seen you guys in, 4 weeks?
It's been a minute.
So I'm glad we made it. We got it back together. I apologize, it's kind of boring. We're going to throw some other shit in here for you guys to see. We got some of those video features that we're going to throw in this one. We had to get it out. And unfortunately, like we said, things didn't come together for us to build to tech. And it's awkward for us because we haven't quite done it yet. So we're going to do some of that and we'll get it to you.
Well, like I said, I did the one I posted. Me and Jesse did one that's going to be dropping soon.
So watch our page because he's got some shit that's going to come. So
I'm going to keep doing like easy, quick ones to film that are informative, but like not unbearable, like not like long form.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for those because those are going to be sporadic, but I'm going to try and keep it somewhat like keep making them. You know what I'm saying?
So, all right.
Let's wrap this shit up. We got other stuff to do.
Do we? What are we going to do? Tacos?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, guys. We'll see you.
All right, my name is Ira. I'm with Team Full Scale. I'm here to interview Jason Klein for everyone that enjoys the Outside the Box podcast. So let me turn this camera around and we will get to the hard questions. All right, so let's go ahead. Jason, go ahead and introduce yourself, where you're from, as well as your club affiliation.
So, obviously, my name is Jason Klein. I am from Apple Valley, California. I am the founder of Team Full Scale out here in Southern California. I'm sure a lot of you know who we are. Yeah.
I'm special.
Yeah, very special. Okay. What else?
All right. All right, let's discuss the make and model of the vehicle you've made.
For those of you who have not seen, I have a 2014 Mazda CX-9.
All right. What's your favorite modification on this vehicle that they make nothing for?
It would have to be the air ride system. It's based off a bunch of random parts that we picked up from Universal Air, and kind of adapted, re-drilled, recut.
It's all Universal Air, but it did all come from Switchbox Gang.
Right. It came through. Yeah.
Jimmy Roberts, if you don't know him as the Switchbox Gang. All right. Why did you?
Really?
All right. I'm gonna try and do this with a straight face. Why did you choose the CX-9 as a car to build?
The reason this is funny is because I am in the middle of a divorce, and what had happened was I got T-boned in my soon-to-be ex-wife's Kia Optima, so she wanted something a little bigger. So then she wanted a divorce, so I rehooked the car. My XB got hit, so we wiped the front end out. I still own the XB. It's got other plans for that, hopefully soon. But I took it back, and the reason why I started messing with it is because I wasn't allowed to touch that car. So now I did what I did to it. It kind of pisses her off.
What are your future plans to piss your wife off more when it comes to building on this vehicle?
Oh, dude, if I could find a Pro Charger, because it is a Ford motor in it before they converted to the Skyactiv, and I'm trying to figure out how to do a lip kit for it.
All right. What's your favorite show you've attended this year so far?
We've done a lot this year. As for the attendance-wise in cars, Race Wars have been my favorite. I did like the which one was that we did?
Billist?
Elite Tuner. Elite Tuner. Okay. Elite Tuner was good, but size-wise, yeah, Race Wars was one of actually my favorite.
All right. If you had your choice of any show you could go to, your dream show, what would it be right now that you would love to attend?
I'd like to go to SPOCOM, but they won't let me in for some reason.
You don't have a Supra.
I would like to do Hot Up for Nights just because it's just like a bucket list thing, just because it is Hot Up for Nights. So.
All right.
And no, I'm not trying to give him a hug.
If you weren't an unmarried man and not, driving around the soccer fields looking for moms, what vehicle would you be driving?
I love all-wheel drive turbo cars, so I would love an R34 Skyline. Will never happen. If I had a choice to buy something right now, probably a new Subaru STI.
But you don't look like a fuckboy.
Hang around with you.
All right. What's a new trend you would like to see start?
Well, I kind of would like to see some of the old school trends come back. The wild body kits, side graphics. I would like to see more of the crossover stuff get into it. I see the vans out here starting to pick up more, which is cool because it's bringing like the old school style stuff and with the new. I would like to just see more actual customization, not off the shelf parts.
Well, the nice thing is we have a special guest today. As everyone knows that's in the scene, this is Donnie Rock. Donnie, turn around.
What?
Say hi to everyone outside the box.
Fuck outside the box.
Damn.
You suck.
He just
park next to you.
He just says that because his got broken, like his heart.
Oh.
I think we're recording now. So anyway.
Are you the police?
No, ma'am. We're musicians.
Scion, douchebag. Everyone I know has a big butt.
They built for speed or for comfort? What'd you do with them? Motorboat? Play the motorboat?
Paging Mr. Herman.
I live for this shit!
I'm trying to use the phone!
We're on a mission from God.
Hey, kid. What's your name?
I can't remember.
Where you from?
I can't remember.
Can't you remember anything?
I remember the Alamo.
Yeah!